Hello, my Teaserking family. Take two. I just went about 10 minutes in and realized that the sound was off. I thought I checked it first. I usually do. So I'm talking into no sound, and Greg and John's not here to say, can't hear you. So we will have to go through this again. All right. Here's how stupid Peter's shift is. All currencies are in trouble. Wow, really, Peter? You're just saying that now. I've told you that, what, 2 years ago? Unbelievable. All right. This is why we don't listen to this clown. Okay, so I got to repeat. So let's look at yesterday. I hit my 10-star lock in the NBA. Start there with Oklahoma. I have Oklahoma plus 1.5. They win by 4. They had to win. Now they're tied at 2-2. We hit the big game. Cleveland plus 12.5 was a small play. They lost by 7, but they covered. They had to win. They're now down 3-1, and they're pretty much done, but they gave their best effort, which is all we wanted. That's all you're looking for is they're giving their best effort. Let's bet them, because a lot of games, they don't give their best effort. Oklahoma had to win, gets the W. Beautiful game, as I knew they would. All right, let's go back to today. All right. So tonight we've got Indy at New York. New York's a 1.5-point favorite. Series is tied at 2. I like the Yankees in this one. Lay the 1.5. We're going 5 units on it. They must win. If they lose, they're down 3-2. Go back to Indy. They lost both games at Indy. The series is over if they lose. They're not going to lose. This is Lock City. Take the Knicks. Take the Yankees. Take whoever is a New York team. Minnesota, Denver. Denver's laying 3.5. The series is tied at 2. I like Denver in this game, laying the 3.5. Now, this is a strange series. Minnie wins the first 2 at Denver. Denver wins the next 2 at Minnie. And we get to 2-2, which is where we should have been, just not the same way. I think Denver has to win. I think they won the last 2. They figured them out. Look for Denver to win this game and Minnie to win game 6, and Denver wins game 7. But Minnie doesn't have their backs to the wall. I'm sorry. The back to the wall is Denver. They have to win. You can't go down 3-2 and then try to win again at Minnesota. You've done it, but you go to the well once too often. We're here. If Minnie loses, they come home for game 6, and then they got game 7. So that's how you have to look at it. So go Denver, beat Minnie. All right. Major League Baseball. Well, I had said gold, so we'll have to go back to gold. Gold is at 23.56, up 18 for today. It's in a nice streak going up since about 4 o'clock in the morning, U.S. time. It just went up and up and up and up and up. Little pullback. So we see 23.56. Silver 28.61. We're still hoping silver finally breaks 30. Haven't heard about bricks. I've checked. I checked YouTube. Really haven't gotten anything. What happened today in this summit? I was hoping to get something. I'm going to check with Egon on Twitter. Why don't I do that now? Where's my Twitter stuff? Okay. Georgia Clemson is the kickoff game from Mercedes Stadium, August 31st. It's getting here. We're in May, June, July, August, June, July, 3 months. We got Georgia Clemson. Betting the under in that game. Ric Flair, always 2 steps ahead of the game. Woo. So Rick's sitting there doing commercials. He's trying to woo. Let's see if we can get Egon on here. Ric Flair, the greatest rivalry in the history of professional wrestling, and they're talking about it to this day, and it will be forever. Woo. Him and Dusty Rhodes. Mr. Woo. All right, where is Egon? Let's see, what is Egon? 10 hours ago. There are 7 principles of maximum protection to note when investing in gold. Well, we already know that. Gold is just, yeah, see, nothing new with bricks yet. Probably come out tomorrow. All right, back to baseball. Oh, we just did gold, didn't we? Yeah, gold 23.56 and silver 28.61. I think I just did that. All right, let's go to baseball. So baseball, let's start with my 15 unit lock, San Diego. We got Dylan Cease going. He's my new Verlander. 5-2 with a 2.19 against Cal Quantrill. 2-3 with the 3.94 for Colorado. So we're taking San Diego there, 15 unit. We're taking Seattle against KC. We got Logan Gilbert, 3-1 with the 2.94 against Michael Wacha, 2-4 with the 5.14, 5 units. We're taking St. Louis against California. Sonny Gray, 4-2 with the 2.29. Reed Detmers for California, 3-4 with the 4.96. So again, we're taking St. Louis for 5 units. We're taking game 2, Washington and the White Sox. Michael Parker, 2-1 with the 2.67 against Eric Feedy, 3-0 with the 3.00. We're going under in this one, just 5 units. It's game 2. We're also taking Washington in game 1. Washington to win game 1. Washington under 7.5 for game 2. We're taking Houston over Oakland. We got Ronald Blanco, 4-0 with a 2.23, going against JP Sears, 3-2 with a 4.20. So we're just taking Houston to win. Cleveland, a 10-unit play against Texas. And Lively, 1-2 with a 2.63, going against Jack Leiter, 0-0 with a 12.91, 10 units on Cleveland. The Cubbies, another lock here, if I can find them. Cubbies Atlanta, love this game. Cubbies under 8, so we're going with the under here, 15 units. James Talon, 3-0 with a 1.13 against Chris Sale, 5-1 with a 2.95. Love that under. So your 15 unit of the Cubs under and San Diego. Your 10 unit is Cleveland. And Washington under in game 2. And then your 5 unit is Seattle, St. Louis, Houston, and Denver in the NBA. And then your 10 unit in the NBA is the Knicks minus 1.5. We're going to make that 10 units. Do we make it 15? Well, they're giving 1.5. So the Knicks have to win. So we like that one. All right, back to where we were. Washington, Chicago, game 1. Trevor Williams, 196. Chris Flexen, 2-3 with a 4.29. So we're going to go Washington in game 1, but just a regular, not a bet, just a regular play. Toronto, Baltimore. Really nothing there. I kind of stayed away from it. Bradish, I don't like, even though he's got a 1.86 ERA. I said 3-5 with a 5.06. I'm just ignoring it. Miami and Detroit, I stay away. Tampa, Boston, I like Boston over 9. Aaron Chevalier, 2-3 with a 5.88 against Nick Pivetta, 1-2 with a 3.60. Should be a lot of scoring there. The Cubbies, Atlanta, we've already touched on. Pitt, Milwaukee. We like Milwaukee over 8. It's Prester 0-3 with the 3.86 for Pitt, and Joe Ross 1-4 at the 4.75 for Milwaukee. So we'll go over that game. Don't really, I can't take a picture. The Yankees in Minnesota. We've taken the Yankees in basketball. Let's see if we take them in baseball. Carlos Rodon, 3-2 with a 3.56 against Chris Paddock. 4-1 with the 4.34. I updated my stats. Let's see what I get here. Now, I was able to actually get bullpen ERA, team ERA. So the Yankees bullpen is 2.69. Pretty freaking good. They hit 2.50. Minnesota, who's not that bad, got a 3.75 ERA and a 2.40. So obviously the Yankees are the better team here. And I like to say, we're going to go with the Yanks. Let's take the Yanks. Go Yanks, beat Navy. No bet, unless you want to, if you're a Yank guy. Cleveland and Texas, we've got Cleveland. Oakland, Houston, we've got Houston. Washington and the White Sox, we got the under. That's game 2. The Cardinals in Atlanta, we got St. Louis. We got Sonny Gray, 4-2 with the 2.29 against Reed Detmers, 3-4 with the 4.96. Sonny Gray lost last time. Hopefully he'll be pissed, and it's California, so hopefully he has a good outing. Kansas City, Seattle. We're taking Seattle. Go Seattle, beat Navy. Waka, 2-4 with a 5.15 for Kansas City. Logan Gilbert, 3-1 with a 2.94 for Seattle. We're taking Seattle. Colorado, San Diego. We're taking that's our big 15 unit. Cal Quintel, 2-3 with a 3.94 against Dylan Cease, 5-2, 2.19. Superstar Dylan Cease. He's the Ric Flair of the National League. So we're going to go with Dylan to get the W. Cincinnati, Arizona. We got Hunter Green against Slade Ciccone for Arizona. Arizona's a 125 favorite, 8.5. Do I have a play on this game? I did some research and I went into Hunter Green, He hasn't won a game. He's pitched 10 games, and in the 10 games he's pitched, they lost 9 of 10. I think that maybe they won one, but 9 out of 10 he loses, right? He's 1-2 with a 3.38. This guy sucks. I mean, I don't know how he's got a 3.38 against Slade Ciccone, 1-2 with a 4.5. Now, can I go over or under? I can't bet on Hunter Green, but I don't know if I can bet Slade Ciccone. Oh my God, Arizona, 4.47 ERA, and they hit 250. Bad weak bullpen. Cincinnati 422 with the 217. So we're gonna go Arizona, and yeah, we're just gonna take Arizona. Go Arizona, beat Army. The Dodgers and the Giants. We've got Gavin Stone for the Dodgers, 3-1 with the 3.55. Keaton Wynn for the Niners, 3-5 with the 5.63. Montana's there if they need him. He'll be coming out of the bullpen. God, both pitchers suck. 3-5 with a 5.63. Well, I ain't betting him. Do I go over under? Let's see the Dodgers. 3.17 ERA, 2.62 batting average. I'm not betting against the Dodgers. 49ers, 4.79 ERA, 2.38. So the Dodgers are much the better team. Gavin Stone. Let's go LA. Go Dodgers. Beat Navy. And that is baseball. So let's review. So our big game is Dylan Cease, San Diego, 15 units. Then we go down to Seattle, St. Louis, 5 units. Washington under, 7.5, 10 units. That's game 2. Houston, Cleveland's a 10 unit. The Cubbies under 8 are 15 units. And then we just go with Washington in game 1 for nothing. Boston over 9, Milwaukee over 8. The Yankees, Arizona, and the Dodgers are just my imagination playing tricks on me. So your bets, we like the Knicks minus 1.5 in a must-win game. Backs against the wall. Look for them to win by at least 10. And this will be for 10 units. We like Denver minus 3.5 against Minnesota. Also in the NBA, again, they have to win. I don't know how many times they're going to go to Minnesota and win. Eventually, you think you're going to win at home. So Minnesota won the first 2. Denver got them back. They couldn't even win a game at home. And now here comes Denver in a must-win. They do not want to go down 3-2 and go to Minnesota and worry about losing the series. So we're going home in the NBA, but the Knicks are the big bet. San Diego, 15 units. Dylan Cease. Seattle, St. Louis, Washington under 7.5 is 10 units. Houston, Cleveland, 10 units. The Cubbies under 8, 15 units. And we got Washington game 1, Boston over 9, Milwaukee over 8, the Yankees, Arizona, and the Dodgers to round it out. So plenty on the plate. A lot of good, good money in it. The Knicks, San Diego in baseball, Washington under game 2, Cleveland, and the Cubbies under. That's 5 good picks that aren't 5 units. They're good, strong. Dylan Cease, it's like Verlander. I'm betting a ton. We'll see what happens. But that's where you want to start betting on those games. All right. Let's go to the NFL. And we're going to talk Jared Goff. And I love who else are they going to sign? Where does Jared Goff's extension leave Dak Prescott? I don't know. I thought Kirk Cousins is going to Dallas. How can you make Dak Prescott the highest paid player in NFL history and the quarterback hits the market to get his contract elsewhere? Cousins, no room for beef over Penix draft pick. Oh, fuck Cousins. He sucks. Debuted over Rodgers Jets open season on Monday Night Football again. I hope he lasts longer than the first play. I'm looking at the box score, like where's like 0 of 1 for no yards. All right, the catch-22 that comes with Goff. Well, the fact he sucks and he chokes, but let's see. Jared Goff helped lift Lions to new heights, but paying him will make it tougher to win. You need a good quarterback to win in the NFL. Well, they still don't have one. You have to pay a good quarterback market value to keep him around. No, you don't. It becomes a lot harder to win once you pay that quarterback market value. That's the conundrum all NFL teams face because you can't pay the other guys. So if you're putting $60 million into Goff, that's a lot of money you can't sign your other guys with. And you signed Penny Sewell, right tackle, you way overpaid on him. And St. Thomas, the receiver, okay, he's a good receiver, but is he better than Pukanuka, who the Rams are paying like $20 for in a rookie contract? That's my argument. St. Thomas, the Lions shouldn't be paying. Penny Sewell's a right tackle, you can't pay him. You got a salary cap, and you're going to pay Goff all this money. Who's your running back going to be? And you're not going to that kid out of Alabama. As soon as he comes up, you're not signing him. You didn't sign this Swift, and you didn't sign the guy that went to New Orleans, so you're not signing him. And if you think you're going to get that lucky to keep drafting these guys, pulling them out of your butt, and Nick Saban ain't at Alabama anymore, so you can't just not know what you're doing. Go, I'll take somebody out of Alabama. Oh, he's good. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, good luck with that fella. Your quarterback better not make more than 13% of the cap unless he's Patrick Mahomes if you want to win the Super Bowl. Goff signed a $212 million deal for over 4 years Monday with $170 million guaranteed. What are they doing? Oh, terrible. It's an awesome a player who was dumped by the Rams. So let's really understand this. He was so bad that the Rams took Stafford and dumped Goff. This is the guy you want. He couldn't work for Sean McVay, the best coach in the league, offensively. Not the best coach, but the best offensive coach. You couldn't excel there. All you could do is hand the ball off to Todd Gurley and throw these little short passes. The Lions have the easiest schedule on earth, easier than Michigan's last year and the last 2 years. 2 years ago, in the hard part of the schedule, he goes 0-8. Then he's got the easy part of the schedule, the high school teams, and he goes 7-1 or whatever. And they missed the playoffs because he choked against Carolina. See, nobody understands when he has a bad game, they just ignore it. We'll look at him against Carolina and Atlanta and New Orleans. Let's look at him against Baltimore and Dallas and San Francisco. And the second half against the Rams, and the second half against Tampa, and the second half against the Niners. Where the hell did he go? Well, we don't want to look at that. No. We made the playoffs. We won 2 playoff games. Well, the only reason you won the second playoff game is because Dallas collapsed and lost to the Packers, which put the Packers to San Francisco, which gave you Tampa because Philly fell apart. So you weren't getting the 2 and 3 seed. You were getting the Tampa Bay and the Rams were the 6th seed. You didn't beat anybody, but okay, you won the playoff game. I guess that's impressive. Beating the Rams, I thought was a good win. Beating Tampa, I thought was a shit win. And then you go to the Niners with the lead in the second half and you fuck up. And that's, of course, the coach. But also, where did the quarterback go? Where did Jared Goff go in the second half of the Rams game? Couldn't find him. Wasn't on the bench. I guess he was still in the locker room crapping out lunch. because it's 24-7, it's 24-10, it's 24-17, it's 24 all, it's 31-24, it's 34-24. He comes back with a minute left in the game to score, and then the onside kick, and that was it. So they lose 34-31, but really you're down 34-24 with 2 minutes left in the game, and you had a 24 at halftime. Where did you go? Oh, yeah, you kept going for it on fourth down. Oh, yes, the brilliant coach. So he's not going anywhere. Well, what did Goff do? Nothing. Okay, let's look at the Baltimore game. They lost 34-3. Where was Goff? Where did he go? And that was really the only good team they played. Seattle was okay. They didn't even make the playoffs. Seattle beat them. They lost to Green Bay and Chicago. They didn't do anything. And again, they had the weakest schedule in the history of life last year. They don't have the weakest schedule. They'll be lucky. I do not think they'll make the playoffs this year. Too many hard teams. They can't beat hard teams because they don't have a defense. The defense is lacking, and they didn't adjust it. I'm sorry, drafting 2 cornerbacks, they're still going to be 20 yards off the receiver. In the NFL, you play a 2-deep zone, 2 safeties deep, and the cornerbacks aren't guarding anybody. Who are you kidding? So what are they going to do against CeeDee Lamb? They'll be 20 yards away. They got to play Justin Jefferson twice. He'll get 200 yards a game because nothing's changed. You kept the defensive coordinator. He's going to play the 2-deep zone, and Jefferson's going to eat him alive twice. And the Packers now have their offense. They're going to eat them. They're going to put up 40 points a game, both games. The Bears won't. They'll get shut out because they don't have a quarterback. So the Bears are the only team they can actually beat. Did they get lucky and get Carolina again and Atlanta? I don't think they got the South. I think they got the NFC West. So you got the Rams, Seattle, and Frisco. That's 3 losses, and maybe you never beat Arizona. Kyler Murray's going to give them trouble. Again, they don't have a defense. That's the most. If they didn't have Goff and they had a great defense, they'd be way ahead. But again, a good offense and no defense, you do not win in the NFL. Not consistently. You know who you beat? You beat other weak defensive teams or teams without an offense. Carolina, Atlanta, New Orleans, Tampa. That's who you beat. So good luck there. In the NFC. In the AFC, I think they get Baltimore, Buffalo, Miami. 3 losses, maybe Pitt. I don't know. I don't know who they get on the other side. That comes out tomorrow, I think, the schedule. Did you sign? Okay, you signed Goff to this. What is it? Signed a 212. So he signed a 4-year deal. Did you sign your offensive coordinator to a 4-year deal? Because if you didn't, you're going to get LA Ram Goff because Goff fits this guy's system. So it's okay. But when this guy goes, you get somebody else's system. And we've seen Goff again in McVay's system, and he sucked. He couldn't complete a pass. Right? Look at that. New England beat him 13-3 in the Super Bowl. You scored 3 points on New England. New England ain't that good. It's Tom Brady. He doesn't play defense. You only got 3 points because you couldn't figure out. You kept running Todd Gurley, and you couldn't figure out how to pass to beat him. And this is the quarterback you want? So you're taking a quarterback. So let's go to women. It's the girl that nobody wants, and you take her, and then you go and you want to marry her, and everybody's like, but nobody wants her. What's wrong with you? Nobody. They all dumped her. That's where basically he's at. It's like this guy stinks. I'm sorry, beating Atlanta and Carolina, having the goose egg against Baltimore, Green Bay, Chicago, Dallas, and the Niners are not really good attributes that Did you win any of those games? No. So again, it doesn't. What are you talking about? Why do you? And then you got Hendon Hooker, who's better than him, but you won't even play him. The idea is you got Hendon Hooker with the rookie contract. You got him for 4 years. You can have good linemen and good receivers and good running backs and a better defense. But no, you did the wrong thing. You signed Goff to this stupid deal. You're out of your fucking minds. Goff is not that good. It's way overpaid. I don't care what the market is. I'm giving this guy $20 million. Take it or leave it. See if anybody else wants you. Maybe you go to Minnesota. Go to Minnesota with Kirk Cousins. Go to the Bears. They're going to need a quarterback. Why don't you trade him to the Bears? They have nobody. This is the funny part. Caleb's a system quarterback. He stinks, as does Jalen Hurts and as does Kyler Murray. They're just system quarterbacks for Oklahoma's guy, Lincoln Riley. Okay, Caleb's not going to do anything because he's not running that system. Goff's only good in this system. He wasn't good in Sean McVay's system. I don't see him doing – it's a total – how Cousins got $45 million. You pay this idiot $56 million? Are you out of your freaking minds? For Jared Goff? This is not Joe Montana we're talking about, or Brady or Rodgers or any of these superstars or Mahomes or Joe Burrow. This is fucking Jared Goff, who's never won anything. In college, he choked Colorado or Cal against Utah in the championship game, and he throws 5 picks, and Utah kills him. Then he gets into the pros. He doesn't get you anywhere. Todd Gurley gets you into the Super Bowl, and then they can't even get a first down. Then he can't do anything in the playoff games with McVay, and he's so bad. They trade for Stafford, who's done nothing basically except for when he was with the Rams in the Sean McVay offense. So here's a guy that can't excel in the Sean McVay offense, and you're giving the guy all this money. Are you out of your fucking mind? I fail to understand it. I'm just like, I don't get it. The stupidest move. The team will never win because now you've killed all the good players you can't afford. You never pay one guy this amount of money unless its name is Tom Brady or Joe Montana, Aaron Rodgers. Okay, fine. And I know what I saw. Like I say, you tell me what happened against Baltimore. You explain that to me. Oh, he had a bad day. Not if you're making, $56 million a year. You don't have a bad day against a good defense like Baltimore. You show up in the second half against the Niners, against the Rams, and against Tampa. You didn't show up in the second half against either of those 3 teams. You won with a good first half, but you didn't do anything in the second half. You kicked a field goal against the Rams. You barely beat Tampa, who sucks, and then you choked against the Niners with 24-7. But that was your coach's fault because you got down there, and then on 4th down, well, why did you get 4th downs? You're a superstar quarterback. You should have not even gotten to 4th down. You should have had good plays on 3rd down and kept the drive going and scored more points. But you didn't show up. Your coach has his head up his ass, goes 4th and 2 twice, doesn't make it, game's over. Because the coach looks at the algorithm and it says, if it's 4th down, if it's 4th down and 2, we should go for it. Does it say against the Niners and the Cowboys, or does it say against Carolina? Who is it saying to do it against? Because it ain't against the fucking Niners or the Chiefs or Baltimore. You do that 4th and 2 shit against them, I guarantee you it's a 0% chance of making it. There's no way. You don't make it against those teams. So he doesn't even understand that. So you got an idiot coach with a bad quarterback. Well, we're going to the Super Bowl. What are these guys on drugs? You got lucky. You should have went to the Super Bowl last year if you had a good coach, but he blew it. Now everybody knows how to beat you. They'll watch the second half of the Niner game. They'll watch the second half of the Ram game, and they'll go on. They'll watch the Baltimore game. They'll watch the Green Bay and Chicago games and the Dallas game, and going, yeah, we put some pressure on them. We take out McLeod, and that's all they got. And St. John's, I mean, and that's all they got. And then the defense, we're gonna eat them alive because they don't have a defense. Well, they drafted 2 cornerbacks. They're still got the same defensive coordinator. And did you sign your offensive coordinator to 4 years to match your quarterback? Because if he's not there, the quarterback's going to struggle. He'll think he's back on the Rams, and they're not even going to get a Todd Boucher, Sean McVay type of offensive coordinator. That's your head coach thing, not your offensive coordinators. So why aren't the Lions signing this guy to a 5-year contract? Kansas City did. They signed their defensive coordinator, 5-year deal. They don't have to fuck around. They don't have to pull a Philadelphia. Spagnolia. They don't have to do a Philadelphia where they get to the Super Bowl, both their coordinators leave, and they end up with Matt Patricia and some joker, and they lose 7 in a row. And bye-bye, head coach, and your stupid quarterback sneak, which was the dumbest play I've ever seen. Shouldn't have been allowed. So anyway, let's see what else we've got. Let's see what else. So basically, they're saying a player who was dumped by the Rams for something better, becoming one of the highest paid players. Goff was supposed to throw in the Stafford trade. That's how much the Rams thought off. They were wrong, really. I don't think they were wrong. I think the coach knows what the fuck he's doing. The most successful offseason since 57, and he had fans chanting his name. Again, they beat nobody. The first year against the good teams, they were 0-7. Then he played all the weak teams, and he wins every game but the one that would have made him into the playoffs. So he choked in that game, didn't get in the playoffs. Last year was a Michigan schedule. They played nobody. Again, the one team, Baltimore, and they got killed, and Dallas, and they lost. And Chicago, Green Bay, Anyway, they had 5 losses. And if they don't play Carolina, Atlanta, Tampa Bay, the AFC South, they probably have 7 or 8 losses. And they got lucky with the NFC West. They got the Chiefs the first game with no Kelsey and no Dean Neil Smith. And they got, I know that's not his name. I don't know the defensive tackle's name. Jones, I think. Nick Jones. Dean Jones. Carlos Jones. So they got lucky. They got KC week 1. They got killed. And they kind of got lucky getting San Diego when they did, and getting Denver when Russell Wilson wasn't there, and Oakland. Had they played Oakland later in the year, they would have lost. Had they played San Diego anytime, maybe they would have lost. The coach was so stupid. But let's see. The issue is that Goss mega deal, which begins in 2025, will make it harder for the Lions to keep winning because they won't be able to afford talent. What a stupid move. Magic numbers 13%. Steve Young made 13-1 of the 94 Niners salary cap when they won the Super Bowl. Every single Super Bowl winning quarterback after that, until Mahomes and the Kansas City beat Philly, was under 13-1 in the salary of the percentage of the team's salary. So in other words, you can spend 13% on the quarterback, and then you got to get defensive players and linemen. And what has Goff got? A deal worth over 53 million per year is going to be well over 13%, no matter how it's structured. So when it kicks off, the salary cap this year was 255. So that would be 20%. So they're fucked because 20% goes to there. Then they signed St. Thomas and the tackle Penny Sewell to big contracts. Well, how are you going to sign the rest of your linemen, you idiots? And then you have nobody on defense, so it doesn't matter. So the Lions are going to play Lion football, which is, well, we'll just let them go. We're not going to sign anybody like Darius Slay. We're going to let them go and just hope we can draft guys who can fit in. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. You're lucky if you get 2 out of your 5 or 6 draft picks that can even make your team. The Lions were so bad that they get a cornerback, the guy from Michigan, the defensive tackle. The offensive line sucks, so anybody's there. Are they any good? They got Montgomery from the Bears as the running back. They got one receiver, St. Thomas. That's it. So I don't know. They let the tight end go to Minnesota. So I really don't, and again, they had the easiest schedule. Nobody wants to talk about that they beat a bunch of crap teams. I don't hear the radio guys bring that up, right? Let's look at the Baltimore game, but they don't want to bring up the Baltimore game. That was a fluke. So we just hope we don't play, Baltimore in the regular season, or we hope we don't play the Niners in the playoffs. I got news for you. The Rams are going to be very tough. Seattle won't. They don't have a quarterback. If we go around it, Dallas sucks with Prescott. Philadelphia sucks now. So I don't know. There's nobody good in that league. The NFC South's terrible. And that leaves your own division where the Green Bay's going to be the champs. And then you got Minnesota. You got nobody. I mean, unless the backup quarterback, Nick Mullins, should be the starter, and J.J. Walker should be your backup. He's terrible. And then what are you going to do with Caleb? Caleb will play 5-6 games, so about 20 interceptions, and you're going to say, yeah, I think we fucked up with that. We could have had Penix. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, we should have listened to the professor. That's what it's going to get down to. These guys just, again, you're throwing away money. Why would you pay Goff this much money? Say, I'll tell you what, Goff, here's $30 million. Take it or leave it. You want to go make market? Well, I have your rights, so I'm not going to let you go. I'm not going to let you be a free agent. And you can sit on the bench for all I care. I'm not giving up your rights. So you either sign for 30, because that's all we can afford, or just sit on the bench, but you're not free agent. If he goes free agent, who's going to sign him? Who's going to sign him at $50 million? Dallas? Minnesota? They just signed. Well, Dallas has Dak Prescott. That's about the equivalent of signing Dak Prescott to a $50 million guy. That'll be the stupidest thing in the world, signing that guy to $50 million. You'll never win again, Dallas. It's going to take you 5 years to dig your way out of it because you won't be able to afford any other players. And it's all mute anyway, because if you don't have this, it's all toilet paper anyway. That's the ironic part. So Goff gets $53 million a year of toilet paper. Do you think he's smart enough to turn the money into gold? I mean, just let's take a look at it. Let's incorporate economics with football, which we always love doing. Is there any way in the world that this guy is smart enough to take his toilet paper money and put it into gold? Where are they going to put it? In the stock market? Oh, oops. Well, sorry, we lost all your money. How about a real estate trust? Him and the Attack on Wall Street guy can get together. So I really just seriously doubt what the hell they're going to do. Um, but this is a huge mistake because the Lions, he's not good enough to sign at this money. You've got Herndon Hooker, who's better than this guy sitting on the bench. Oh, Hooker's not good. Based on what? I'm basing it on the Alabama game. You're basing it on nothing. He was injured. Okay, we got that, but he's back. Okay, so is Aaron Rodgers, right? People get injured, but they recover. So he recovered. You're telling me he's no good. He can't run this offense, and Goff can't. He ran a very specific offense at Tennessee that was very good. Okay. So without even seeing him that he's no good. But you drafted him based on the Alabama game, but you don't want to give him a chance. What if he's better than Goff? You could have had this guy for the rookie contract for 4 years and really built your team, got some good defense, maybe brought in a good defensive coordinator and got rid of this idiot. So anyway, it really won't matter because the defense can't stop the wind. They're going to let up 30 points a game. It really won't matter. Goff's not going to get 30 a game unless he plays Carolina and Atlanta and New Orleans, which he won't. Well, he will get the Dallas, Washington division, probably get somebody. God knows they're terrible. He gets the West, so he's going to lost to the Niners, lost to the Rams, lost to Seattle. And then he gets, I don't know, probably some of the NFC South. And then he crosses over, and I don't know who the crossover. They're in trouble if they get Cleveland, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore. Oh, my God, that's 4 losses. Well, they just played the West. You're either playing that or maybe you get lucky and you get the AFC South. You get Indy, Jacksonville, Houston, and Tennessee. That's 4 easy wins. It's just amazing how bad the NFL is that you have a whole division like the AFC and the NFC South, and they don't have a competitive team in there. Really, really unbelievable. All right, so we'll see. Anything else in the NFL? That was my spiel on Goff. Excuse me. See, Jared Goff helped lift Lions to new height against a very weak schedule. They don't complete the sentence. NFL schedule release are tomorrow. Here, Amazon Prime Video gets quality Bills Dolphins matchup. Yeah, but who's going to watch it? Are you going to get Amazon Prime to watch the Bills Dolphins, or you'll watch it on YouTube 20 minutes after the game's over? I mean, why would you? Are they really this stupid that they think you're all going to sign up on all these, NBC stuff and ESPN Plus and all these Amazon Primes, YouTube TV? What are they, crazy? And if you pay for these games, you're crazy. Where does Jared Goff's $212 million leave Dak Prescott? If Dallas pays Dak Prescott more than $53 million, they're dumber than the Lions. Antoine Winfield, now he's good, signed to a 4-year, $84 million contract. which is 20 million a year, which is probably high. See, I don't know where they think they can. You can't sign. You got 250 million. If you sign one guy to 50 million and this guy to 20 is 70 and a few others 100, you got 47 players you got to sign. You can't give them all 20, 30 million dollars. That's what I just don't get. And that's why you can't give your quarterback more than 20 million, 25 at the most. If he doesn't like it, tell him to fuck off. Chiefs favored over Ravens in season. Well, that was a good game. An NFL season opener. We're going to take the under there, I got a feeling. That's a good under game because Lamar can't do shit against a good defense. 7 income strategies for your $1 million portfolio. They're all stupid. The best one is gold. Anything else is stupid. So 7 income strategies for your $1 million portfolio, which means it's in stocks, which means you're going to lose your $1 million because it's in stocks. It's a Ponzi scheme. So see, this is my point. Your $1 million portfolio, very simply, put $1 million into this, and that's it, and walk away. You can't lose. No, I'm going to put it in this $1 million portfolio, and I'm going to watch it go down to zero because it won't be worth anything. Unbelievable. So Chiefs Ravens should be a good home opener. Bill Belichick will appear on every year. Oh, God, we talked about that. All right, so that's really it. Let's go here. We talked about Odessa, Donald McGregor, Douglas McGregor, the colonel, yesterday, and the gold. Everybody wants to buy gold and those little gold pellets. Let's see, what did I watch today? This Blinken idiot goes to China and threatens China. This is the Secretary of State, the most corrupt guy besides Biden and Pelosi. And China's like, we just want to have peace. We want to work together and grow. We don't want these conflicts. And Blinken says, we want you to stop helping Russia because we're at war with them. Well, they're a customer of ours. We'll help whoever the fuck we want to help. This is the free market, buddy. If they're my customer and they want to order 100 widgets, not a problem. Well, we're not going to sell because they're Russians. Well, no, we make money on the deal. We help them. They help us. Who are you? Oh, yeah, the U.S. Yeah, you don't have any money. So, again, gold was doing very nicely today. $23.58. The high for today is $23.59. So I think we're looking at a 24.50 by Friday. Today's Tuesday. Love to hear some brick stuff, but nothing out yet. Well, the meeting it's already over. It's already 11:49. It's 7 hours ahead, so they're done with it. I'm sure they announced the gold backed currency, or they will maybe tomorrow or something. Maybe they're saving the best for last. We will see. Um, oh yeah, yesterday we hit our big lock. Basketball, Oklahoma plus 1.5. That was our 10-unit lock. It wins by 4. Baseball, we had the Cubs under 8, which won. Washington was a 10-star, got postponed. We won with Houston over 8.5, and we lost with Boston. So we went 2-1 and a postponed game, and then we hit the big lock in Oklahoma, beating Dallas in Game 4. I had said it earlier, but I didn't. I didn't check my video. I thought I did, and I thought it was on, and then I saw it frozen and it wasn't working. So I had to reboot it, which is extremely exhausting for me. I hate things just flow for me, and I hate repeating, going on. What the hell did I say? Oh yeah, okay, baseball, football. So 5 o'clock here. Oh, it's only been an hour. Actually more because I wasted 15 minutes. So let's look at Stoic. What are we doing with Daria? Heard from her Sunday night, and she didn't feel good. Didn't hear from her yesterday. Today she's on. I say hi. No response. So I don't know what to do because I don't really know what's going on. I know what I think's going. My gut says just she's not commenting on purpose. She's sick, or there's other intangibles. She's basically a single mom taking care of her daughter in Russia with no money. So that's why I help her. I help her because I think, I think she's my girl, based on what she says. I love you, and I want to be with you, and we're going to meet in Serbia when my mom can watch my daughter. Sounds good. Waiting for that. The meet should be good. And that'll change once you meet in real. I remember meeting my friend Lena in the Ukraine, in Donetsk, actually, and she would tell me how much she loved me. But then when we actually met in real, she, well, I loved you on the internet, but I don't really know you, I haven't met you in real yet. So after spending a week with her, she's like, yeah. I says, well, now what do you think? She says, yeah, I love you. So you have to have the one play is you have to, it's hard with the internet. If you just meet a girl at the club or you meet her at Target or wherever, you meet the girl, you pretty much have an idea and you can tell. When you meet a girl online, you have to meet her in person. And you got to realize the culture is different. And you got to understand, like in her situation, she's got a daughter to take care of. The husband left her when they were pregnant. She's pregnant. He leaves. So she's obviously pissed off and she's very sensitive and emotional, and panics a little bit and doesn't want to lose me and doesn't want to hurt me because she knows I'm a good guy and she's looking for a good guy. She's been divorced 13 years. That's how old the daughter is. So she's at the point where not only is it a woman who's been scorned and has the baby, is pregnant and the father leaves, but has, 13 years of that shit where she's been taking care of the daughter. So yeah, somebody like me comes, and then people go, well, she wants your money. Well, who doesn't? Everybody wants my money to a point, but if they love me, then that's the whole idea of a family. The question is, does she love me for the money, or does she love me for me? But I help her out. So I help her out because I know it's not a lot, and she lives in Russia, and she's poor. And I go, well, yeah, that makes sense. What I don't understand is when I don't hear from her for a few days. In my mind, if the woman loves you, I know I love her, so I'm texting her all the time. she loves me, and I get good texts like Easter it was there Easter May 5th, and you get good text, and she says, "Here's what we had to eat, and this and this and this," and everything's good, and then like she says, "Oh, I was sick," and I'm like, "So why aren't you texting me the fact you're sick?" Who knows what she takes, and who knows why she's sick and what. Did she take something that made her sick, or what? Or she just sleeps a lot? I know when we're going to meet in Serbia, she says, I'm going to sleep a lot," um, which is fine with me as long as I'm with her. I don't really care. I'll get a pool and I'll go swimming when she's sleeping. But that's really the key to it is you're looking at expected outcomes. So if I say hello, my expected outcome is you say hello back. And that's the puzzling when you don't get the hello back. So when I text her, I'm expecting a text back. And when I don't get it, I really don't understand. So one thing I've kind of talked about with my friend is just to not text her as much. But that's hard for me because I'm very good at feeling things and I'm very kind of psychic. So I know she's not fucking with me. She's serious with me. Judging by what she says and the pictures I get, she's wants to be with me. The problem is just the me. And she's having a problem with the mother coming from America to watch the baby or no, to watch the daughter. So I understand that. And then when we meet, it's supposed to be very good. So I'm like, okay, I can wait. But that's where we're at. It's why didn't I hear from you today? Right. So I hear from her Sunday morning. She doesn't feel good, but she says, I love you. Sorry, I don't feel good. And then I don't know what happened Monday, and then I don't know what happened today. And I saw her online, which again is the most confusing thing. I can be online on the phone talking, and you see me online, and you text me, and you wonder why the hell aren't I texting you back? Because I'm on the phone, but it shows me online, even though I'm not on WhatsApp. And so I see her on WhatsApp and I'm looking to see what time she was on, and it says online, and she could be talking to her mother about the trip. I don't know. So it then becomes, what the hell is going on? Why aren't you responding to me? And you don't know. I don't know if she was working today or not. I don't think so because she was on it at 3:39 her time, which is 10:39. And it's unusual because I got up a little after 8 and she should have been on again. And then sometimes I'll text her good morning and then she responds. So I'm really trying to figure out how to text her less. So I text her in the morning and then I text her. I saw her online at swim. So I said, "Hi, I'm at swim. How are you?" Expecting a text back. And then I just sent her my picture now, and she hasn't been on for a while. But it's hard to not text her. I don't want to be an ass and not text her. It's one thing if she doesn't text me, but I'm not working. For me to not text her could be really rough for her. I don't want to do that, but I'm going to cut it down to, I'm trying to cut it down to once a day. But if I see her online, I'm going to, "Hey, how are you?" She should have read that I texted her, but that's where I'm having the difficulty. Does she not text me because she's really busy, but she sees my text? So you're confused why she's not responding to the text. If I say, "Hi, how are you?" and you're on the phone, when you get off the phone, you would think she would then respond. So I don't really know what's going on. Um, she's usually very apologetic when she can text me why she didn't text me. I mean, she's not doing it on purpose. And like I said, you see how frustrated I get, and I keep getting frustrated. And I don't want to get. So I'm going to try to leave, withdraw down to one, like a good morning text. And then, because that's what I do with Jenna, right? Jenna, I wake up, she's texted me during the night. I respond. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to do this. Otherwise, I'm fine. If I'm going to get gold or if I'm going to get my hair cut, I tell her. And I told her to watch because Zelensky wants to have everybody fight the Russians. Guy's out of his fucking mind. You have trained army. You don't have housewives and little kids and old men fight the Russians. What are you kidding me? So he wants to do that, and they're picking up kids and everything. I was watching one video, and the girl saying that Zelensky's just kidnapping the kids, putting them in the army. What are you kidding me? This guy's a real fucking nut, Zelensky. But anyway, so that's what I do with Jenna. She texts me at 2, 3 in the morning when I'm sleeping. I get up, I text her back. Occasionally she'll text me back, and that's it. And then we don't text back and forth all day. We're just the one text. With Daria, though, it's fine if I get the text, but I like to text her a few times. I'm at the pool, I'm doing class. So that's where I'm trying to stay stoic and understanding I got apples and oranges here, trying to figure it out. So stoic is you send the text because you do the right thing. Have a nice day. I love you. I hope you're well. You do that because you're a good person and it's stoic. Getting her to respond is up to her. And again, I don't understand why somebody gets a hello, how are you from somebody that they care about and they don't respond. This is what the expected outcome is fucking me up with. Well, why isn't she, okay, you're sick. So what? I mean, so you're lying in bed. Maybe you're sleeping. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. Is she taking drugs that are making her sleep and she just sleeps all day? Maybe she does. I don't know. Seems to be a very sensitive, emotional girl. So I don't want to really hurt her. But maybe she does do a lot of that. I gave her money for rent, which I don't see. Some people read, well, she wants your money. Well, she's in Russia. I get that she needs money. That's why I'm helping her, idiot. I don't mind helping her. I'm not blind, and I know she needs the help. I can see the daughter. I can see where she lives and how she lives. I go, she's not a Rhodes Scholar, so she's not making, 100,000 a year, and it's Russia, so I get it. Her job's been imparted because of the sanctions, so she had to find another job, but her skill set isn't like mine with the masters and everything. Anyway, so again, you have to your gut has to tell you what, like, no, I trust her. I'm sure she's not doing it on purpose. And every time I don't hear from her, it's the same. I was sick, or I was doing this, and I was doing that. And you're just happy to hear from her. But again, I got to by me not texting her doesn't help me get the text from her. So in other words, she doesn't text me for 3 days. And I say, well, fine, I won't text you for 3 days. Doesn't help the situation. It makes me more jumpy. Yeah, she might see that I haven't texted her in 3 days, but I don't think that's going to make her text me or not. We will see. I'm trying to not text her so she can not see I'm texting her, and then now all it's going to do is worry her, and then she will text me, but she should text me anyway, not waiting for me to text her. So we will see. Anyway, that's life in the stoic world. Swim was okay. My gout's still a little bit in my knee, and now in my Achilles on my right side. Oh, it's so frustrating. But it's like I'm just gonna have water. I'm just gonna drink water. Okay. That's it. I won't get gout from this. All right. Buy your gold, buy your silver. There is no out. There is the only lifeboat you have. Please buy it. We buy it because when we look around, I mean, think of the logic. Okay, I have money. I've made money. I worked. I got money. What do I do with it? So the normal thing is to invest it. I'm going to buy stocks. I'm going to buy bonds. I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to buy a car. I want a painting. I want a gold jewelry. What do I do with this money and to make it grow? Because I want to make it grow. Because I want to be smart. So I want to take 100 grand and turn it into 200 grand. That's what I want to do. That's what everybody wants to do. But the problem is they don't know how to do it. And unless you take Austrian economics, you're not going to know what to do either, because you're going to sit there and go, not sure what to do. Maybe I should buy stocks with it. I'll go to a financial planner. He'll know what to do. He's never going to put you in gold because he doesn't get commission on it. Because the fallacy is he doesn't care about you. He wants to make commission off of you. He's using you. That's it. He's only trying to make commission off you. I showed you that Attack on Wall Street one. So he's trying to make money off of you. You're the sucker. You're the play. You're the con. He's the con man. You're the con. And you want to be con. You want to put your money in a stock because you're going to make 10% on it. And that's the problem. You're going to get Madoff, and he's going to Madoff you, but you really don't know you don't see that. You see, oh, I'm going to put you in Microsoft. Oh, well, that's a big, okay, fine. And how much will I make there? You're not going to make anything, but we're going to make it think you're going to make, oh, you could double your money. Yeah, the big problem. You're going to double, you're going to triple your money. But don't buy gold because we don't get commission on it. So put you in the stock, put you in a mutual fund, then you can have all the stocks, and all the stocks are going to crash. So if you don't understand economics, if you understood economics, you would realize the most important thing is this has no value. This is being printed to zero. This is the first flaw that everybody misses. This will go to zero. It has no value. That's the first thing. And then, so what do you do when this goes out is you buy this. You buy the gold because this is worthless. But does anybody know that this is worth? Does anybody tell you this is worthless? This is the real problem. They're fucking this up, and this has no value. This is all you got, is nothing. So you're trying to get out of that and into gold because this they can't print. This will have a value. This will be around, and this is going to grow. So wait a minute. Everything I have in stocks and in bonds and in the bank goes to zero because the dollar goes to zero. So anything in dollars goes to zero. And that's what you don't know. So you're sitting there. I'm in oil stocks. I hear I'm in whatchamacallit, Apple or something. I'm in Apple. I'm in oil stocks. We're the reserve currency. That's never going away. It's already gone. So that's really the problem. You don't really know what's going on. And when you hear guys say learn, is they don't know how to tell you because they don't know. So you've got to really find somebody, moi, who can explain it to you in English. And then you go, yeah, that makes sense. How much do I owe you? Nothing. This is my way of helping the population. And that's the whole point of it. There's nothing in it for me, so you can believe me. You get out of the dollars and you go into gold, you're going to make a fortune, and you're not going to lose a fortune. So the Warren Buffetts with $2 billion in dollars are about to lose $2 billion because it's going to go poof. It's going to be monopoly money. He's going to have a whole wheelbarrow full, and it's going to be worthless. But he doesn't know that. So he keeps looking for stocks to buy. Well, the stocks aren't going to have a value because they're valued in dollars. So that's the real key to it. You won't know what to do. So what you're trying to do is admirable. You're trying to make your money and make it worth more. That's that's what you're trying to do, but you got to realize the dollar doesn't have a value. So you got to get it out of the dollar, which is why you're in gold now. Now, normally, if you're in gold, if they let it go to free market, it would always be the best because it's limited and they can't print it. So it's sort of like similar to, wow, I can buy a Mahomes card. It's 50 count. It's Mahomes. Yeah, this will hold its value. Not going anywhere. But that's what you're comparing it to. But the demand for gold is far higher than a Mahomes card among the whole world. So really, that's where you're at. So when the attack on Wall Street guy and the guy tells him real estate trust, you've got to understand that's going to zero, right? Because it's in money, it's in dollars. People are going to sell all their dollars because they're worthless. Anything in dollars is going to zero. And you got to understand that also. And that's the biggest problem. So you'll listen to somebody who doesn't have your best interest in hand. He's saying, "Oh, I can make commission if you buy Amazon stock." So you buy Amazon stock. You're going to lose your ass in it because it's in dollars, and you don't actually own the stock. They own the stock. You own the right for the shares, but you don't really own the stock. In other words, I own my Canadian club. I own it. I can sell you the right to it, but I own it. You own the bottle, but I really own the bottle. You just own the right to have a bottle. So when you have stock, you have the right to 100 shares of Coca-Cola, but you really don't own the shares of Coca-Cola. They're not yours. So keep that in mind. So what I'm telling you is understanding that the dollar is going out leaves you no choice but to buy gold to protect yourself. And the more gold you buy, the more money you're going to make, and you have no risk. So that's really what you're trying to do, is to buy the gold at this point. And then people come up, and this is where these people are really stupid. They'll talk CPI. That's not how you measure inflation. And they'll talk gold in 2008, which is not the way to look at it. What happened to gold in 2008 doesn't mean shit as what happens now because it's price fixed. So you can't trend 2008 and say, well, it did this, so it's going to do this now. No, it doesn't. Now it's done. Now it's not priced in anything, and you'll make a lot of money. Anyway, I'm getting kind of tired. I need to eat. And that's the only problem. After swimming, I get a little tired. I usually try to take a nap, but I had to do some stuff. And by the time I got a phone call. I was about to start, and I get a phone call. So I had to teach somebody gold. And now I'm kind of ready. All right, everybody. Have a good day. www.teaserking.com. The wait for Daria continues. I'm getting real tired of it, and I don't know what to do about it. I'm trying to stay stoic, but I'm still trying to be smart in what I should do, which is still text her until I'm at the point where I'm like, well, fuck it. If you don't even want to talk to me, then that's it. But I don't think we're at that point. I mean, I keep looking. The text Sunday night is, "I love you." I'm going to bed. So you really don't. You don't really, that's not what you're getting. So that makes it really more confusing. Why aren't you texting me? You love me, but you don't want to text me. And that's the other thing. Wouldn't you, if the person you love texts you, wouldn't you text them back? That's the part I think I have the biggest problem with is I understand if Jenna doesn't because it's Ukrainian time, right? It's 12 o'clock now. So I get if she wouldn't text me. But when I wake up tomorrow, I'll get a nice text from her. So anyway, I told her stay out of the army. Hopefully she'll be okay. They won't try to kidnap her and then. But I'm very worried about that. And there's nothing I can do because I'm not going to. If I went to the Ukraine right now and tried to be with Jenna, they'd put me in the fucking army. I mean, if the Russians didn't shoot me, they'd put me in the damn army. So you can't go there. All right. www.teaserking.com. I'll look for some brick stuff tonight. Report back in. So let's review our wonderful games. The New York Knicks, 15 unit. Denver minus 3.5. I like Denver tonight in the NBA. So the NBA, I like the home teams. The Knicks minus 1.5 and Denver minus 3.5. In baseball, 15-star Dylan Cease takes San Diego. Seattle, 5-star. St. Louis, 5-star. Washington under 10-star. Under 7.5. Houston, Cleveland, the Cubbies, 8.25. Under 8 for 15. 8.25. Then I got Washington in game 1, Boston over 9, Milwaukee over 8, the Yankees, Arizona, and the Dodgers rounded out. So again, your plays are the Knicks in basketball, big play, San Diego +5, Seattle. Take Seattle to win, St. Louis to win, Washington under 7.5. That's a 10 unit. Houston, Cleveland is a 10 unit. Cubbies under 8, 15 unit. So anyway, those are your picks. Have a good night, everybody. I need to take a nap. I am exhausted. All right, everybody. www.teaserking.com. And I'll try to find out some brick stuff for tomorrow. Okay. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day.